Page 32, Musette, very famous piece. Don't think J.S. Bach actually wrote it. Somebody else wrote it, and I don't remember who right offhand, but you can probably Google it and look around a little bit for Anna Magdalena's notebook thingy, and you'll find this, and maybe they say who supposedly wrote it. It's a really nice piece. Let's take a look. It's a page and a half long, treble bass clef, 2 sharps in the key signature, so it's either in D major, because that's 2 sharps, or B minor, because that's 2 sharps. I'm going to pretend it's in D major, because it starts out in D's. Because a lot of times back in there it could have been a mode, but we're going to pretend it's in D major. Do the scales for both, D major and B minor. 1 octave up and down is fine. 2 4-time signature, and we got 8th notes and 16th notes all over everywhere. Right hand first. Again, I want a fingering that lets me connect it if I can. Here. 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E. And then I got to come down here. Well, there's not a lot of hope there. You just got to come up. You're going to have to just here. May have to practice that. It's not a quick jerky motion. Just lift up and move. 1 E and. And then you come back up here. That's all right. Do it again. Okay. Top of page 33. Now we're here. 1 E and 2 E and reach up. If this doesn't work for you, you may have to use thumb if you have small hands. But if you have small hands, you can fit up here okay. You can do a 1, 2, 3. This way you can reach that. But otherwise, if your hands are big enough, you can use 2, 3. Another way you can finger this at the top of page 33 is you can do a 2, 1, 3. This keeps the hand out here, and you end up with 3rd, which is easier to reach the A. Or here, if you don't want to be up here, then do a 2, 1, 3. All I did is I switched these 2 fingers around. That's all. I'm still using 3rd finger. I think I'm going to do it that way. And then at the end of the first line on page 33, and they go to the second line, it's here. I don't want to do that. Bad idea. So I'm going to use thumb. So, thumb, and then a crossover, 4. You got to be able to do this eventually anyway. If you're going multiple octaves on scales, you have to do it already. So just cross over. And now look out. Second line, second measure. Page 33. It's here, here, and then here. And they want 3. No, you don't need 3. Just play it with something. It's a natural because we had a D sharp, and that D sharp's good for the rest of the measure, but then 5 is fine. And then scratch up and use 3 or 2 is fine. And then reach up. And then I use a 4, a 1, 4. I want to connect them with the hands. So again, the second line, second measure on page 33, it's you start 2, then 5, 4. And then the third line, last measure, the first one's with thumb. I don't want to go from here to here. Thumb, thumb, 3. But for the last line on page 33, I have a little finger on the first note. Just scratch up a little bit. This way I can reach this better. And then for the last 2 measures at the bottom, I go 2, 1, and then cross over. I connect them with the hands. They have you moving around rather awkwardly here. Yuck! I mean, the articulation lets you do it, but I'm not doing articulation yet. I want to connect the notes with the fingers because it's more reliable. It's safer, especially if I get nervous. 2, 1, then cross over. Well, left hand, that's just broken chords, really. Octaves. Second line, just come up. It's the same note names and rhythm as the right hand. Thumb. The second line, second measure, end it with the thumb. That way you're in position to go on. Okay, at the top of page 39. Now we're in A. We're doing A, octave A's. Second line, E's. Isn't this fun? Last line on page 33, it's here, 3. And for the last note on there, I recommended 2. At the bottom of page 33 in the left hand. Because you're going to do a repeat. And if you repeat, you're okay, you're at 5. But when you go back to the beginning of the DC, you got to come down here. And this 2 prepares you for the DC. Now you could do a little finger the first time and then repeat it, you're okay. But the second time you play it, you need second finger on that note, not little finger. So you could use little finger the first time and second finger the second, or just use second finger both times. Then put the hands together. And I'll hesitate, that's all right now. Now this is going to come over in the left hand, and I'm going to move the right hand. Here. Same note names, same rhythm, different fingers. Thumb's there, and then left hand's ready. Here, I go up here. Okay. Top of page 33. We're here. Oh, you put the hands together. I already did. And then go back over it slowly, just a few measures at a time, to get rid of any hesitations. So it's a steady beat. You have these 8th note pulses pretty much throughout. 1 and 2. Just keep those steady. Once I get rid of the hesitations, I add the articulation. This is staccato, flexing at the wrist, short. I'm on the key and bouncing off. I'm connecting this right hand. So here, right there, I go ahead and get the left hand up here. I'm ready to go. That way I can focus on the right hand. Top of page 33, you're here. Two note slurs, down, up, down, up. Don't play the second note real short. No, it's not staccato like that. This is... And this is the fun part. Page 33 starts with second line, second measure, and it's like 4 measures of this, where it's just slurring or not slurring, or staccato or not staccato, and it's going back and forth like, ugh. The left hand's staccato all the way through. So I put in the articulation. It might take a month or 2, but take your time, it's okay. And then I add the dynamics, and that applies to the melody, which is the right hand. Soft, very soft. Come up to moderately loud in the right hand. I still think you should keep the left hand soft. Some people would say, no, it's the same thing. Just play them both the same. Because you're saying a melody, and I'm saying I don't agree. I think the melody's in the right hand. This left hand is playing harmony an octave apart. You can do that. To me, it's only the right hand's melody. So I'm playing the right, and the left hand soft. And then soft, louder. The top of page 33, soft, very soft. Second line, second measure, go up to moderate loud. This, soft. Third line, now you're soft. Echo it. And now you've got a crescendo at the end of the third line. You're going to go up to loud, but don't get loud till the next to the last measure. So it's soft, a little louder, now loud. In the right hand. So it's soft, louder, loud. Yeah, see, I'm planning that out, because if I don't plan it out, by the end of the third line, I'll be loud. See, I'm already loud. Plan it out. So I'll put in the dynamics, and then I add the speed. Marato's in the middle, but it's the overall feel of it. These 16th notes don't need to go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, that's too fast. Slow it down. It's the eighth of. There's a repeat sign at the bottom of page 32, so you're going to play that page twice. And then on 33, it's surrounded by repeat signs, so you're going to play that page twice. And then after you've done that, you do the DC, which sends you back to the beginning, and the fine is at the bottom of page 32, which means you used to go back and play page 32 again. So it's a little over twice as long as it looks. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not doing dynamics. I'll do the staccatos and stuff, but just checking notes and rhythms is what this is for. We will do all the repeats in the DC, and I'll give us 2 quarter note counts to come in, but I'm going to put the metronome on eighth notes because there's eighth notes all over the place. Ready, and go, and. the beginning.